What's going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to... Oh, my God. Look at him. Welcome to the full view. We're one down today, but it technically is still a full view. It's nearly a full view because not just because someone's missing in Mina, but KG's also not at full capacity today. He will explain a little bit later, but he's not at full capacity. Big up to Kenny, big up to Marcel, big up to Owen as per usual, and big up to all of you guys this evening as well. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good day at work, school, chilling, holiday, whatever it is you've been doing. If you're recovering from something, you're feeling poorly, big up to you, man. If you've been feeling crappy recently, then hopefully this is the hour for you to just kind of forget all of that and just smile and not do what KG's doing. That is the hour for you to just don't do what he is doing. We got a lot to talk about in this hour. Obviously, yes, a little bit of aftermath of what happened yesterday, how we're feeling. But it's more. This show's more about looking forward. It is more about looking forward. And today's news was really interesting. Some news about Harry Kane, sort of from Mark Ogden from ESPN, saying that Manchester United basically are not going to get drawn out in this situation. They're not going to be like waiting because of the... He's stuck. I thought it was me. He's just stuck. Me. Oh no, he's back. He's back. It
was you, Flex. It was you.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Everyone else was moving apart from KG on my screen.
No, it was you,
playing
bro.
KG. I'm not here for that KG slander. Don't throw KG.
You
see that, KG? You know it's that. Flex stopped working. He blamed you.
Owen, defend me, please.
Yeah, I'll defend my child KG there. Go. No, KG, go full Darth Vader. There you go. Force choke him, KG. Give it that.
I'm your father. You're not singing anymore.
Guys, KG's got a new soundboard, right? Do you know what? It's not my story to tell. I feel like KG needs to tell his own story really quickly before we actually get into the show. KG, what's happening? What's going on?
I've got a new soundboard and I didn't know what they could do, but this new one, bruv, it's only I haven't like fully worked it out, so I don't know how to hear myself back, but I know these sounds are mad. So, bro, we're gonna have so much fun. Like, listen.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jürgen Fleck.
Someone confiscate the soundboard. They said confiscate that immediately. He's not responsible enough to have something so powerful. That's what they're saying.
And I don't know. Fully understand it. That's the concern.
Exactly. I don't know. I think it's probably like Luke Skywalker with his little stick that he has. Like he's too powerful.
Flex. As soon as you started to say Luke Skywalker, I thought he doesn't know where he's going to go with this.
He don't understand his powers. It's too powerful for him. But listen, we got a show to do. And we'll start with Kenny. Actually. How you doing, Kenny? Hope you're good.
I'm great, thanks.
Good stuff, man. Let's start with this Harry Kane situation because Mark Ogden reported this earlier. I'll read it out to you. He says a source on the Kane pursuit told him that United can't afford to start the season without a new striker. Having dealt with Daniel Levy in the past, they don't want to go through that nightmare all over again for Kane. So they might not even get involved. Man United will not risk a prolonged pursuit of Kane. And basically saying that the fact that it's Daniel Levy, they know what they're up against. And also the prospect of dealing with Daniel Levy in order to negotiate a deal for Harry Kane has left Man United focusing on alternative options, including Victor Osimhen and Dusan Vlahovic. What's your initial thoughts to the fact that we may not even go in for Kane because of Daniel Levy and how long it could actually take?
Well, is that the real reason? I don't know, because ultimately, no matter what happens, we're going to be having new owners. Are you with me? So, new owners, is that going to be done?
Well, we hope so.
We
hope so, Kenny. We might not.
Yeah, but is it going to be sealed in time for when that opens? Because you and I, we all know that if we was having negotiations with any other club now, it will be starting now for the summer. It doesn't happen in June and then it's finished in July. People, are talking to agents, etc., etc. I wasn't. I don't know about the Harry Kane story, because if we've a better chance of getting European football than them currently. Does Harry Kane want another trophy this year? Is he going to be his last contract? Is he going to really want to leave Tottenham, or is he going to be a Matt Letizia, where he's a one club wonder, and that's it? So, but I'm looking down beyond Harry Kane, and there's not a lot about. There's not a lot about, So is Harry Kane, like I say, is he going to be, our best option? And should we be going all out for Kane? Because if you look at his stats over the past 3-4 years, he matches anyone in Europe. He really does. He matches anyone in Europe. And we can all be critical, and we can all say, oh, he's this, and he's no good without sound of him or whatever. But you cannot get away from the fact that the lad has been Golden Boot winner. He's done well in World Cups. He's done it at every level. It's not his fault he's with a team that's not won anything. If it was 5-6 years younger, we'd be all over this. We would be screaming to get him. It's only that age 30. So I think we've got to go for him. I do, honestly. I do. I'm up and down. I'm changing my mind. But at the end of the day, you cannot get behind the lad's stats. His stats match any striker in Europe. And if you look at the other strikers in Europe, the top 5 strikers, they're all at settled clubs. Haaland isn't leaving. Mbappe's not going to be leaving. Lewandowski's at the other end of his career. Osimhen, you're going to be... Osimhen could easily go this year for 150 plus million. Easily. Because there ain't that many about. So
It's a premium, yeah. It's a premium.
It's premium. Yeah, it's premium. Yeah. And he's elite currently. So no, I think we've got to go for Kane. I do. I think we've got to pull our stops out and get Kane.
Marcel, let's come to you, because this, I feel like, well, in the absence of KG soundboard, you deserve some accolades. You deserve some accolades that were even on this subject and actually talking about this, because like Owen always alludes to, you brought this up with Owen a long time ago, before this was even a thing. Marcel sources, and now this is legitimately, the links. This is legitimately the real life news, that it's a possibility Man United could or could not go for him, but it's there. So, I mean, now you've seen everything and you've taken that into context of the news, and just in general, there's a lot of people in the comments and the UV community and the Man United fan base who don't want us to go and get Kane, which is very interesting. How do you feel about it, Marcel? What are you saying?
Really, really upset about that news. 100% agree with everything that Kenny said. The stats speak for themselves in a massive way. He's guaranteed. He's got to chase that 280 that Alan Shearer has. So you're going to get maybe a good 4 years out of him, a good 3-4 years at the top level, double figures goals and assists. I'm really happy to see that has caught traction. But everyone that's part of the United View community would know that I've been saying Harry Kane's got to be the forerunner for the position, and I think he is, man. I think he's got to be the main spot. Fantastic striker, and if you're looking at Anthony Martial, a player that's definitely better than Anthony Martial in terms of goal scoring, link up play, football beyond the forward line and in front of it. Harry Kane's the main guy for the job.
One second, sorry, can I just say, KG, what have you done?
I worked out.
You haven't worked out.
You haven't worked out a thing, man.
Now we're getting feedback.
What about now?
No, get that off. That's even worse.
What about now?
Bro, you're ruining the whole stream. You're ruining the whole stream.
He sat there with so much pride and sort of going, oh yeah, I've got it right. He's made it worse.
Do you know how mad he is? Yeah, I think what he's done. I bet he didn't listen to Kenny. He didn't listen to Marcel. I bet he was listening to a YouTube tutorial in his other window. I wasn't. Well, KG, I'm muting you. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. I've had to mute him. He might get simbined. You see what I'm saying? He comes with his fancy new flashy toys, ain't got a clue how to use it, and ruins the stream.
And do you know why? Do you know why he doesn't? You know why he didn't have time to?
He's gone. Good.
You know why he didn't have time to fix it? But it's because he was late, and he says he's never late as well. He goes, "I'm never late." He was late.
Exactly.
It's disgrace. He's a cheat,
guys.
And now he's left.
Everybody thinks that we just say KG's late just to blame him for stuff, and he says, "You see, the truth is that I'm never late." He always ends up proving it. Just leave him to it, and he will end up reproving it. And he's reproving it. He's reproving it right now as we speak. He's a mess. He doesn't know what's going on.
Is it better?
Yes,
it's better.
Yes.
Right. Back to
Sorry about that,
Marcel.
lads. I did listen to Kenny. I wasn't listening to a tutorial. I've been proper in the show, but I thought I saved the day, man. I'm so disappointed in myself.
No, you actually ruined
Nah,
today.
that's all right.
So,
That's all right,
yeah.
We forgive
Marcel. Yeah, we do. We do forgive you. Exactly. Marcel, when you were saying about, obviously we've got to go for him. What's your cutoff point now? Because a lot of people's concerns is the price. As we've seen from that report today, even if Mark Ogden hasn't got that bang on, some people sort of saying, "Oh, Mark Ogden, etc., etc." Even if he hasn't got it bang on, we all know about Daniel Levy. We all know what he's on. We don't need anyone to tell us how shrewd a businessman he is. What's your cutoff point for Kane? Kenny's had enough now as well. Oh, he's back. What's your cutoff point for Kane, price wise?
I think anything over 100 million is a lot. It's a big ask. I mean, he's coming 31 now. He'll be by the time next summer comes around, he'll be about 31. So anything over 100 million is maybe a lot. 80, 90 million, 70 million would be about right. I think 70, 75, 65 million would be the right ballpark number. Everyone's obsessed with Victor Osimhen right now, and he's the striker on form, the hot forward. He's about 120, 130. Clearly not as productive in the Premier League as Harry Kane, so you got to balance that in there as well. But I think, you got to chase him up to about 75 mil, Flex. I think anything more than that's too much. I think, there's other strikers in the market that you maybe get a better value for money, but he's the best forward there is in the world on the market.
KG with his customary yawn. WJ Barrett says, I'm paying 100 mil for him. I don't care. F the P. He doesn't care how much it costs. WJ Barrett is having Kane all day. I'm sure there was another super chat there as well. WJ Barrett also says, I really want Kane. We have no time for Osimhen to acclimatize in this league. City, Arsenal, Chelsea, etc. will be too good next season. Bring in Kane. Also, bring in Kenny. Bring back Kenny.
This show is fully off the rails.
It's an absolute disgrace. It's cheap. I'm blaming KG's new soundboard. This don't normally happen.
Yeah. I think you're right.
You've done something, bro. You've done something. Now you've messed up Kenny.
Kenny just rotated midstream.
Oh
this show's a mess.
KG's got an exercise bike next to his head, a TV screen next to the other.
It's my Peloton.
I mean, do I even dare come to you to ask you about?
There you go. There's the proper shot.
Yeah, because you didn't set your shot up properly either. Because you were late,
bro. I just got back, fam. I've slept all day today, fam. I'm proper mash up, bro.
KG's flaunting his wealth using a Peloton to hang coats on. It's pretty impressive, actually.
There you go. Let's zoom in. All right, cool. You're gonna talk
Kenny's
to me
upside down. Oh, he's back. He's back the right way around now. There you go, Kenny. You're back in, mate. You're back in. No worries. KG.
Finally.
Now you can put all of that, all the shenanigans in the last 13 minutes to the side. You're fully ready to start your part of the show.
Yeah. I'm part of the show.
What are you saying about this Kane thing? What are you saying? Should we chase him? Should we go all out? Should we just back off now because we're scared of Levy? What are you saying?
I don't know why Marcel thinks that Daniel Levy is going to sell Kane for 60 to 75. I think you got to be joking. I think that's never going to happen. Daniel Levy's getting top dollar. It doesn't matter if he's getting to his final year of his contract. This is going to be a real saga. Like, it's going to be morning show, Owen, Marcel, when's he coming? It's going to be that. It will take the whole summer. Daniel Levy does not want to lose his prize possession, and especially to another Premier League side. So I think it's going to be one that's going to rumble on for a long time. We have to remember that Kane is the only one to strike and still end up staying at Tottenham. Usually when a player goes on strike, because he wanted to go to Man City and he was desperate, he done the overlap. He done this long walk with Gary Neville, still didn't leave the club. So that's the level of what Daniel Levy's on. I don't think he's got enough to force a move because the guy that we're dealing with does not care. I think as a player, I would love to have him because I think he could be like the answer in terms of he scores a lot of goals, he creates his own goals. It's what we're missing in the Man United team. We're missing someone that deadly, right? Osimhen is the unknown entity, but you know how good he is. You just hope he hits the ground running in a league like this. But with Kane, you don't have any questions. You just know what he's gonna do. But
you're saying then Kane's the answer to the number 9. Is that what you're saying?
He's the answer to the number 9. You don't know it. You don't know his answer. Let's be fair about this. The guy's deadly. He could come here and do a Robin Van Persie and score what? We need a guy that's going to score 30 goals. And that's what Kane is. The only thing is we won't be able to get him away from Spurs. There's no way. I can't see that guy letting go. And then if he does, we're going to have to buy him for a price that people are going to be uncomfortable with. But and then if the Qataris do come in, will they be happy to, send a message and buy a big player like that? If they do, wow, but that's this is the question. Do you go with the sure thing in Kane, or do you go with a guy that you don't know if he's going to be the guy, but the longevity, he's going to be here for like 5, 6, 7 years?
That's the conundrum. That is the conundrum that I'm going to come to Owen in a sec. WJ Barrett says Mina said I'm Marcel's burner. I don't know. Is Mina in the chat, or she just said that in general? I don't know.
Yeah, Mina's here.
There's Mina. Oh, yeah, there she is. There she is. Yeah, big up Mina. And by the way, actually, can we just big up? Well, again, KG don't have no sounds, but can we just big up Mina for her coverage yesterday on the Man United women's game as well? She was in the press conference as well, asking the manager questions. She spoke to Nikita Paris as well. Mina's Mina-ing. So yeah, that's a great thing to start on the channel as well. And watch out, because there's going to be plenty more. Oh my god.
Whoa, the little default sound. It's so generic as well.
Factory settings. Settings. Sound like a Soundman dance, bro. Oh my god. I come in a real Yardy foghorn. Reset factory settings. WJ Barrett says, imagine Rashford keeps his output and sign Kane as well. Look, it's very tasty. I think for me personally, I think it's tasty getting Kane. I understand why a lot of people are saying maybe not. I get it, but it's Owen's time. What are you saying? Like, how do you see this toss up between Kane's too old, too much money, injury prone, all that, versus Osimhen untried in this country, etc., etc. It's hard.
Yeah, I get it. I understand people's concerns and reservations about Harry Kane. I don't know if that's necessarily because of Harry Kane, more so because of signings that we've made from Premier League clubs, maybe, shall we say, in sort of the last decade. I think that's really what it stems from. I think it's crazy that we can be in a position where certain fans would kind of turn their nose to someone like Harry Kane, really, because again, the guy is going to break the Premier League goal scoring record. Like, I saw a stat the other day, he's got 20 goals for like the last, I think it's like 8 seasons, 7 or 8 seasons. It's insane. 20 plus goals. And that's even when sometimes he's having an injury prone season or a bad season, or in a Spurs side that isn't doing well, he still gets 20 goals. How different would Man United be if we had 20 extra goals this season? We've seen how poor our goal difference is. So I don't think we should be in a position to really be sort of turning our nose up at him. I think obviously with Victor Osimhen, maybe it's a case of he's the in vogue player this season. He is arguably the hottest striker in Europe right now in terms of goal scoring. In a Napoli side that's doing great things, like they're gonna win the league for Napoli. Massive.
They're like 18 points clear or 16 points.
Yeah, they basically won it. I mean, it's really Serie A is really interesting because it's Napoli. Then everyone else is really, really tight. So the battle for top 4 in Serie A is really close. But Napoli are far ahead. That's why I've said I think they're dark horses for the Champions League. I really do.
Absolutely,
because they're playing so well and they've got someone like Victor Osimhen. So if we can get him, Osimhen, that would be great. But I think we're talking about paying a premium for Harry Kane. I think Victor Osimhen, he was 100 million euros last summer, 100 million quid last summer. That's what we were quoted for. And he's had a better season this season. So that price is only going to get higher. So they're going to be looking at record breaking, not just for Napoli, but maybe even for like, Manchester United paying for a striker. It could be like 130, 140, 150. Think of the market. That's the market we're in.
But don't leave Todd Bowley. Don't leave Todd Bowley out the mix because
Chelsea need a striker. And I said that before. We forget about that as United fans. Like we did it last season, don't we? When we hear we're in for Darwin Nunez, or when we hear we're in for Cody Gakpo, we just assume that it's a one-horse race. Oh, eventually we'll get him. Other clubs will be interested. Other clubs are looking for strikers. KG's point, Chelsea are looking for a striker. So they might sniff around Osimhen. It might come to a situation where Harry Kane's our best bet because there's nobody else. Suddenly all of the options have disappeared. So I don't think we should be in a position to really turn our nose up at them. To be honest, either one, I don't really care because I think either one's going to be a really good
And Real Madrid need a new striker as well. because
Yeah.
Benzema's getting on, and
he's on like a pay, in it, like he's on a year.
So Real Madrid, if let's say Napoli do the
Exactly.
unthinkable, right, and Napoli win their league, right, and win the Champions League.
Oh,
Understand?
his money's doubled. His thing's doubled.
Understand?
200 mil.
And we might not.
Does he even get sold? Yeah, does he even get sold at that point?
No, he'll
Yeah.
get sold because he'll want to leave, and they'll get top dollar. But when the sporting director, when they come out and say, hey guys, we don't need the money or this, that, and the other, when they have that kind of energy, anything's possible.
Yeah. Memphis Depay says that we should sign Gavi on a pre-contract. La Liga has rejected his contract renewal. Ha ha ha. Even Gavi on a pre-contract. Obviously, we're not going to get Gavi. He's an absolute disgrace. Look at him. Look at him. And that guy's not even you, bro, in that animation. That don't even look like you. You've just gone for a generic, because he's a black guy with a bald head, he's got a beard, that'll probably look like me. And it doesn't even look like you, bro.
Max, why are you hating for? I'm trying to sort out my thing.
Look at your little vibrating circle.
Flex, my battery's dying. I'm just trying to sort out my thing. I'm having.
Why is your battery not plugged in? Why is it not plugged in?
But it's saying it's not. So I'm having some.
And why is his avatar holding up like a piece of paper that says his name? Like, why is his person holding up a name badge as well?
Oh, you not get me so angry. I'm just trying my best, guys.
We get you angry. We get you angry. The cheek.
I'm trying,
yeah.
You know, can you believe that, Kenny? We all turn up on time with the right equipment, with the right stuff you need, and we make him angry.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's KG. We forget.
Just that's the best explanation. It's KG. And you know what? You're not wrong, Kenny, to be fair. No. You're not wrong. WJ Barrett says, nah. KG soundboard got me glitching. KG soundboard's got him glitching. He's not even here. He's somewhere. He's a vibrating circle right now.
Oh, thank God. I was trying to do listen, yeah. You lot gotta give me time again. It's like I'm like the Man United team. I'm a bit tired.
Honestly. Do you know what? I was gonna do a poll, right, for the Kane thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could just see from the comments. Nobody wants Kane.
No.
Hardly anybody wants him. I can see it in the comments. And you know what's really funny is this thing of like, he can't press, he can't do this. Well, you know, we're saying that Weghorst is amazing at pressing, but he scored 2 goals. Like, what? I don't think we should only think about the pressing. Here's my thing. It goes back to the Ten Hag thing. You know, when we said we trust Ten Hag. If Harry Kane, if Ten Hag wants Harry Kane, yeah, and sees him as that guy,
he's that guy.
He's the guy.
That's it.
He's the guy. Because, you know, Marcel doesn't run around like a blue-ass fly, does he? He just closes off the passing lanes. You know, I remember that game against Manchester City when I done the tactical view, which it was practical view as well, I suppose. I did tactical view with Cam after that Man City win when we won 2-1. And remember when, obviously, Marcel had to come off at half-time. But we spoke about what on earth? Well, stop trying things. Just try it another time. Can you just try it another time, bro?
He's picking up his microphone. His microphone's squealing.
Why did you just do that? I want you to explain to 1,000 people why you just did that. I want to know why.
You know what I'm like? I got this thing about my personality that I have to keep trying stuff. So I can't help it. But then I'm sorry, I didn't think there was going to be feedback. So that was the last thing I wanted to say. I feel like this is what it's like in school, right? And then this is why I used to get sent out a lot, because I just keep trying stuff that I shouldn't do. I apologize, Flex. I went straight to the sound.
on the
I'm not gonna lie.
keyboard. DJ or dictionary. Remember when I go dictionary? Keep pressing that one. Dictionary.
Like,
I just keep trying.
I don't understand your brain. Like, why in your brain are you not going? Do you know what? I've got a lot on.
It won't allow me to say no. Gone.
Any other person would go, do you know what? I've got a lot on here. I've tried to plug in. Do you know what? I've done well to actually make the show here because I've got a lot on. Let me just get through this at a basic level, and anything else extra, I'll just sort it another time. That's what a lot of people would say.
I'm not wired that way. My personality says it's not like I'm so sorry.
Not wired that way either.
Now I'm gonna stop. Now I'm definitely stopping. Like I have to stop. But it's annoying me that I don't have the power that I want to have.
Chris,
that's not even a bad excuse.
Do not want to know.
That's not even a bad excuse.
Marcel, don't give him any form of. It's a terrible excuse.
It's terrible.
It's, you lot know
He
me,
just
though.
said it's annoying. He said it's
No, because
annoying.
I want you, Flex. Think about all the times when I'm trying to build something or do something. You know, I'm not going to stop until the end. I'm not going to give up. That's my problem. I apologize.
And you know what? I don't even want you to lose that trait. I want you to keep going in life. I don't ever want you to stop. But there's just times, you know.
Yeah.
You could, I'm after this stream. I want you to actually read the manual,
100%.
look on YouTube,
No, I'm gonna
do
do
crazy stuff. I want
I'm
you to
gonna
do
do it.
absolute crazy stuff. Just not now.
Yeah. It's turned into a bit of a weird sort of intervention, hasn't it? You know, as opposed to a full view.
Owen.
Yeah. Honestly, only KG. I used to work with kids like KG. I know I've got the patience. It's fine. I did. I did. KG he's on all forms of spectrums, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being on different spectrum. I can understand it. I can. It's fine. It's good. WJ Barrett says, does anyone remember what Lukaku did in Italy? Don't be fooled, man. I like Osimhen, but is he really the one? Kane, guys, come on, no brainer. And a super chat from Beatmaker says, sell McTominay 20 million, 35 million for Telles. Oh, I don't know if you can get that much. Oh no, sorry, 35 million for Maguire, 10 million for Telles, 15 million for Lindelof, 20 million for Martial, 20 million for Henderson, 15 million for Elanga. Oh no, 15 million for Bailly, forgot about him. 20 million for Elanga, 15 million for Shoretire. 170 million, get both Kane and Osimhen, add 30 million. Wow. He's got it all sorted out in his head. And that is the super chats. Hold on. Yes, that was the super chat there. That was just basically listing all the players that we could sell that would fund a lot of money. Because actually, this takes us on to a different topic, really. Because when it gets to the summer, we will have to trim this squad. We will have to sell some players. And actually, for the first time in a little while, you can look at it and say, we actually have some players who can get us a bit of money. Not obviously back to what we paid for them. So we're not going to get 50 million for Martial. We're not going to get 80 million for Harry Maguire. We're not, obviously McTominay came through the ranks. And who else? Telles. What did we get Telles for? 25? 20? Yeah.
We'll be lucky to get like 10 million for Telles.
Yeah. Lindelof, I think we got for the best part of 30, didn't we?
I think Lindelof stays and we sell Maguire though. I think Lindelof's going to be a part of the...
and Bailly as well. Bailly's got
absolutely.
To go. So you know, so there is money there that can be generated, and you know, with FFP, like you know, we've been talking about, we don't have as much money as people think. You know what I mean? Laurie Whitwell was talking about that on the overlap. You know, talking about the fact that Manchester United can't just go and spend 120 million on one player. We've never done it. Do you know what I mean?
We can if we get thing. That's why we need this Qatari bid, fam.
It's not even with that, KG.
It's not just that.
It's more the FFP regulations. It's a bit like how Newcastle find themselves at the moment, whereby they've got the money from an FFP perspective in terms of, you know, details on paper. They can't actually spend it. It might actually be, let's say, for instance, we're taken over by Sheikh Jassim and the Qatari bid. It might be the season after where we can actually start spending again, because it was reported, and to be fair, it's nothing new, because it was reported last summer when we spent big in those last couple of days because we were panicking and we overspent. They said, you do realize it's coming out of January and it's coming out of next year. And that was obviously like the Glazer budget, but that also was from an FFP perspective. They'd budgeted out for, you know, the next couple of years, it'll be sort of 100 million quid per summer. And we didn't last summer. We spent, was it 200?
Is that just due to because how I understood it was, it's due to the payment structure that we have for the old transfers that have come through. But if these guys step in and they say, you know what, we'll clear that, then wouldn't that change our position in FFP? Because we do make the revenue. The problem with Newcastle is they don't match that type of revenue. In terms of Man United, make the money due to revenue, but we've got a lot of transfers that haven't been paid yet. That's how I understood it before. So I imagine if these guys come in and they clear that, then we're good to go in a sense. But I could be. I don't know. Again, I'm no financial expert in it.
It is hard. It is hard to nail that down. Grasp. I mean, yeah, I think. Going off what Laurie Whitwell was basically insinuating, he was basically along the lines of, listen, man, don't expect Man United to be spending £120 million on one player this summer. It's not going to happen. That's basically what he was saying. Monty says, sorry, apologies, I missed your super chat earlier, Monty. Kane is an elite playmaker as well as perfect for our fast forwards. If he won't renew or sign for us, he's going to Bayern/Madrid for free next summer. I mean, Daniel Levy letting him go on a free. I mean, unbelievable. That'd be WJ Barrett says, if we have no debt, our revenue will cover signings. So he thinks the money will be there. It is going to be interesting to see.
I think there might be a couple of other you missed, by the way, Flex, as well. I think there was one from Blue Dabadi Dabadai that said Kane is a penalty taker only, 10, 15 goals open play. And Ed also says, let Kane go to Munich. Victor come to United for Boykev. And I think that's what's up.
M. Sarti said, Flex, you missed my super chat with the KG mess. I'll go back and check that. And Monty says, Benzema contract runs until next summer, 2024. So probably there. So it could be there.
Oh, yeah. M. Sati said, Ramos, cheap and excellent. Benfica are very dangerous. Well, to be honest, I disagree with that because Gonzalo Ramos, they were still quoting like 80, like 90, even 100 for him because he's young.
Because he just scored that hat trick in the World Cup. And it's like all of a sudden. And this is the thing we have to be careful of, guys. And that's, you know, I know they say better the devil you know and stuff like that.
Yes.
Look, there's every transfer. Owen says it as well. Every transfer is a gamble. Every single one. We've seen people moving from Premier League club to Premier League club and be absolutely terrible. Fernando Torres, Alexis Sanchez. Like, it happens. It happens, yeah. We've seen players come from out, you know, different leagues come and it be terrible. You know, Mkhitaryan, just off the top of my head. You know, and loads of others. You know, look at Pepe, came for big money. People are out on Sancho already, you know, saying, is he going to be that? You know, there's always Richarlison, you know, you thought that would probably work, but it's Spurs.
Sterling.
You know, there's a lot. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot that happens when you're not sure how it's going to go. So you got to make an educated guess. But for me personally, I'm really surprised at how against the community is in large numbers, because the community has spoken, and that is the community. You guys are the kings and queens.
But sometimes the only thing they know though, because Flex, the only thing they know, because again, it's that thing with, remember when we wanted to sign Poch, right? And there was a strong part of the community was like, no Poch, Ten Hag, right? Right now, this feels exactly the same with how they're feeling about Kane. But the only thing is, we do know that Kane is not you can't call Kane a serial bottler because he gets his goals. Man United fans, if Kane comes in and he scores, I don't know, 15, 20 goals, I can imagine they'll be on side, right? But people are saying that the one thing with Kane is he likes to play very deep. Is that going to annoy us? Is he going to start taking up Bruno positions and they're not going to...
But I think the thing with that is, and this is why I trust the manager, I don't think Erik Ten Hag brings him in if he doesn't understand exactly how he's going to play. If he's going to ask Kane to not do that and change part of his game, or he's going to say to Bruno, you know what, we got Kane who can drop off. I want you making third man runs. I want you running beyond like you used to do. Go higher up the pitch. You got Rashi running in behind. You've got Anthony, who hopefully is going to start running in behind. You've got and then you add Bruno into that. Maybe we change. We can't. And this is opinion, because for every pro there is for Harry Kane, there's also an equal, you know, con. I get it, but we can't. I think we can't second guess or forget that our team is going to go. Is forecasted to go to the next level. We don't know what that looks like. You know, you get a different type of midfielder in, a Frankie de Jong type, not him, but someone who fits that mold, which is clearly what we wanted. We didn't necessarily want the Casemiro type. Brilliant that he came, but we wanted someone like Frankie de Jong. Imagine when we get another number 8 who can carry the ball progressively through the side, and then you add Kane into that. We don't know what that's going to look like. So I don't know. I just think to completely write him off because he's old, I just don't get it.
I think the other thing as well, Flex, is what we've seen this season. The beginning of the season, Erling Haaland was going to break all records, and all of a sudden he's kind of stumbling a bit. So, and everybody's bemoaning the fact that City have had to change the style of play to accommodate him. All of a sudden now, they've changed again. They're now playing with 2 forwards. Are you with me? De
Bruyne's been on the bench. Yeah, they're still changing it up. Yeah.
Exactly, they're changing it. So our perception of what Kane is doing, or what any player is doing, if it ain't right, then the team has to change and adapt. Ireland, you know, there's even talk now, you know, Real Madrid coming in for Ireland, because for all we know, Ireland may not be happy. You know, and you see, it's just our perception of when we watch a player for another team completely changes when they come to our team. We have a history at Man United of failing with major signings. And I'll go back all the way to the 70s and 80s. Gary Birtles, Neil Webb, all these were record signings by Manchester United. Juan Veron was the best in the world. He came to Man United and he failed.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
So
it
is a big, big ask to come and play for Manchester United. It's a massive ask. And is Kane the man? Or do you look at Oshiman who thinks, wow, I'm going to be playing for Man United? I don't think Harry Kane's going to be saying, wow, I'm playing for Man United. But I think an Oshiman would. And so I don't know. I think you can't take nothing for granted. We've seen it. Grealish, £100 million. He had one bad season and he's doing okay this season. Raheem Sterling was a fire at Manchester City, and I think he's a poor. He looks really poor at Chelsea. Scored or whatever weekend, but he's looked really poor. You know, if you went back 2 or 3 years, Jamie Vardy was coming to Man United. Look at him now.
Yeah, there was a point. There was a point where we would have had him. Yeah, there was a point when he was really good.
He's not scored a goal this season. I think he scored 1 goal this season.
Yeah, he's on
so
his way out.
There are no guarantees, like you've said. And when they come to Manchester United, it is a burden for a lot of players. It is a burden. The level of expectation is far greater than any other club. Any other club. So
Mina says,
Go on.
No, yeah, go on. Finish off there,
what Ten Hag is looking at, I don't think Ten Hag looks at the goals or number of goals. I think he looks at the personality of the player.
Yeah. Absolutely does do that. Yeah, he does do that for sure. It's just interesting that with this 9 position, though, we do need it to be. It has to be cash money goals. Has to be. Mina says, if we sign Kane for 70 million, then 2 to 3 years later, we have to go back into the market for another 50 million pound striker. I see that's the downside. Red Baron says Kane has only played for Spurs. Of course, he will be dazzled by United. Skip him, please. Nicolaj says Kane is too expensive. 100 mil for a 30-year-old. Nah. Red flag. The big bit I do agree with on the other side of it is what the price would be, and like what KG said, how difficult it is to get him out of there. Considering
if we said to you, if I said to you, Flex, 100 million and we might win the league, would you pay it?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Success brings it, and he can be there.
If we sign, even if it was just Harry Kane in the summer, there are other positions that we need. But if we said we got to the end of the transfer window and we just signed Harry Kane, there would be conversation of like, tell you what, United can give it a go this season because he's that kind of player. And to be honest, we're talking about style of play with Erik ten Hag. He played, I know it's Ajax, but still he played with Sebastian Haller up front.
That's what I mean. Traditionally,
this press or anything like that. To me, I look at that and I go, well, I'm not saying Haller's as good as Harry Kane, but I'm saying a similar kind of mold, sort of, again, good with his feet, good on the ball, holding it up. The best presser, maybe not. And maybe I'm a bit naive here because I haven't watched a ton of Sebastian Haller, but I don't think we know really what Erik ten Hag actually wants from his forward because it's been such a strange position this season because we had Marcel has not been fit. We had the Ronaldo situation. We've got Weghorst, who is a stopgap. I don't even think we've seen Ten Hag's vision for what he wants his number 9 to be. And to Kenny's point, he's actually pivoted and changed a couple of times this season the style of play to ensure that we get the best out of United and we get results because he had a style of play in those first 2 games that clearly wasn't working. So he tweaked it a little bit. As the season's gone on, he's progressed it and tweaked it even more. Sunday, he played with Bruno as an 8 and Casemiro as a lone 6. That's a change too. Yeah. So I don't even know if even at this point we've seen the ideal sort of dream scenario tactics that Ten Hag wants. And that, if it includes Harry Kane, then hold my hands up. Then that's literally what I was saying like 5-10 minutes ago. I'm like, we can't underestimate what Ten Hag wants this team to look like next year because that's the next stage of the development. When he adds the midfielder that he wants and whoever the striker is going to be, whether it is Osimhen, whether it's Kane, whether it's Jonathan David from Little, it could be someone we ain't even been talking about yet. It really could be someone else, and that's the thing that usually happens when this type of thing happens. Just like when we was all talking about Frankie de Jong, because that's what it was, and then Casemiro rocked up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I wouldn't be surprised if we look back in August, let's say July, by the time we were ready to go on tour, let's say, and we've got a completely different player to Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen. I would not be surprised because you're right, Owen. I don't think we can write off, what
what Ten Hag wants the team to look like. But I just don't get the whole writing him off like he can't do anything. But also, if Victor Osimhen arrived at Man United, I would be extremely excited. I think he's unbelievable. He looks unbelievable. He looks like he's the real deal. But obviously, he's going to come with a question
brought
mark.
up a good name as well. You know, Ivan Toney, I like him as a striker. I think sometimes we could look down the league and say there's some quality there. Ivan Toney is a handful for a lot of teams, and I think
how much do you think he'd cost?
Ivan Toney, I like 50,
85.
50,
85.
What?
Yeah,
You think?
It's Premier League proven. The premium.
I don't think it costs that much. I don't think it costs that much.
Chelsea play for Romelu Lukaku.
Brentford could build another stadium with that.
Yeah, but he scored. He'd scored over 100. He scored over 100 Premier League goals though. By then, Lukaku. I think Ivan Toney. This is Ivan Toney's first season in the league second really. But I don't know. I feel like
is it like the Grealish situation at Aston Villa, where it's a bit like he's not 100 million in terms of his value, but to Aston Villa he's worth 100 million. Could it be a similar situation to that, like it is at Brentford, where you guys say, without Ivan Toney,
and it's Man United.
Not to say they're not going to stay in the league, but if they lose Ivan Toney, no one they're going to replace him with is going to get that many goals.
But 50,
if he signs for Man United,
or it's the same with Harry Kane.
But no, I agree. But if he signs for if Tony comes and he leaves Brentford to another club, it goes for 50, 60 million. If he comes to Old Trafford, you add the 20 million. The Old Trafford tax. If you add the Qatar tax on top, you're talking 85 million. Because that's what the clubs will look at. If we get the Qatar money, we'll be seen as cash cows. But you'd be seen as cash cows.
It's
you're not, you're not getting behind it.
The situation with Ivan Toney in this, obviously the betting case that he's got as well, that's not, because I don't think Man United are going to spend, nobody's going to spend big money on a player who's going to be out for XYZ amount of time, which we don't know. Do you know what I mean? I do like Ivan. I think he's
guys, there's a lot of players in the French league. There's a lot of young players in the French league that are getting a lot of goals.
Yeah.
The French league is very good.
Guys, I just don't think.
Go on, Marcel.
Midfield, they got a lot of good young midfielders, but I just don't think. I think there's only three options. You know, it's going to be either Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, or Vlahovic. So any one of those three forwards right now in world football that best suit Manchester United. And then in terms of the type of strikers, to your point, Owen, what we've been seeing, you know, throughout this season, it's either been a high intense forward, a presser, someone that can press in, you know, from the forward line into the defensive line or in the midfield line. Victor Osimhen fits that mold, and so does Weghorst. So that would be it. Maybe if Ten Hag went with that style of pressing and high intensity, it'll be Victor Osimhen. But the most fluid Man United team, which has had Martial in it, is more similar to Harry Kane's style, the false nine, deep lying playmaker, and can score from distance. Harry Kane he shadow presses, you know. You know, to your point about Cams was talking about it against the City game about the shadow pressing from the front line, protecting the opposition's midfield line. So Harry Kane can do that role. I would say it's only going to be three strikers. I wouldn't even put Ivan in it. It's Harry Kane, Vlahovic, and Osimhen. But for me, Harry Kane's the best option for that. You know, he's the closest in terms of profile to what Marcel was doing this season, which was linking the play, finding him in the box at moments, and trying to do the line breaking runs when he could. So I would say Harry Kane, guys.
Do you think we could get Mbappe?
Oh, don't ask Marcel that. Don't ask Marcel that, because he does.
Because the PSG thing's
the answer is yes.
PSG's thing is failed. PSG has failed.
Yes, you're right,
So
Kenny. I believe.
You know,
I believe he does come through. Yep. I believe.
Yeah, the relationships there, the Qatar relationships there, could we get Mbappe? Because it's a new challenge.
I think if we try to do that, it will go against. It'll look a bit dubious, because there's already that link of, you know, saying it's not state owned, this, that, and the other, and they want to stay away from that. So if Mbappe was to rock up at Old Trafford, it would look very dodgy. So
can I put something out there? Can I put something out there? Here's one for you. Shoot me down if you lot think I'm massively wrong. Yeah, I don't actually think Ten Hag would want a player like that.
Who?
Mbappe.
What, Mbappe? I think he would. I think he would flex. I think Kylian Mbappe.
Ooh.
I mean, I know.
Is this to I do
get the
more
point you're
off
trying to
the
make
pitch,
about
off the pitch than
personality.
on the pitch?
I don't know.
Baggage.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Wicked play, unbelievable, unreal, and wow, to see him at Old Trafford. I'm just taking myself out of that fantasy and thinking in practice. Ten Hag's little exit, yeah. I'm just thinking like, would Ten Hag want a personality that big though that will overshadow his whole squad?
Not if Mbappe will go in and listen. I don't think he'll go there to. Mbappe's still willing to, because he hasn't won what he needs to win in world football.
Right.
He hasn't won the Champions League.
I don't think so.
He's won the World Cup.
Okay, fair enough. I think we're underestimating what Ten Hag wants in his squad in terms of how he wants to mold it. Look at what Ronaldo was like. And I'm not saying Kylian Mbappe is toxic like Ronaldo, but in terms of that level, what that brings to the squad, Mbappe would be bigger than the squad instantly. I'm telling you that for now, right now. He is the biggest superstar in the world. That's what he is. He's the new Paul Pogba. He's the new Ronaldo. And I'm not saying he's toxic. I'm not saying he is. But I'm asking the question, would Ten Hag's management style, would he want that? Is all I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
I don't think it's like the Ronaldo situation. You know, like with Ronaldo, where it was like he didn't. If he put him on the bench, you had to be like, oh, why'd you put him on the bench? Why didn't you bring him on? But there were justifiable reasons why he wouldn't bring him on. I mean, Mbappe at this stage still young, still best player. He's arguably best player in the world.
Flex the majority of Manchester United from my reading want Qatar. The reason they want to Qatar is to make us elite. They want us to be the best in the world. Kylian Mbappe is the best in the world currently.
Agree.
So why would you
100% agree.
So
the only reason why I was saying it is because I think Ten Hag thinks.
I get it.
I don't think Ten Hag would see it like that. I think he wants players who we can build up. Who I don't know. I could be completely off. I just got a gut feeling that he would.
Can I bring something up? Can I bring something up again? What do you call it? People were alluding to it in the chat yesterday and stuff, but we haven't had a conversation about Casemiro and the judge, because obviously that's been a thing that's like back on the table, back on, Flex Acost, what do you call it? Casemiro, red card, doesn't even have them for Real Madrid, straight red. Again, I don't know if you want to speak to that, to the claims that
I can speak on it. I can speak on it if you want, but it's the same that my representatives have advised me to say from before, which is that matter has been thoroughly put to bed. I released a statement.
No, I think it's spoken up. It's not put to bed.
No, I'll tell you what the statement is. There's been many evidence, many a time this season that we've all been shouting and singing. I've been taking pictures with Bruno, and we beat Barcelona straight after that. I've taken pictures with Bruno and talking to the captain, and we won the Carabao Cup, and this wasn't the narrative. So again, the judge. I've left it. I've left that in the season 21-22. But if people are still on it, then they're on it. I don't know. I will continue to be how I am with the players. I will continue to, be good with the players. Aaron Wan-Bissaka had a good game. People said. I spoke to him. I saw Fred. I saw everyone.
Martinez was superb.
Leacher. I saw Leacher. So KG, obviously you had a situation. You touched Anthony. He got injured for a month, came back and scored against Barcelona. You were freed of it.
Wait, hold on.
What deflection that is.
Can you say that Delo hasn't been the same since you spoke to him?
Say that again.
Delo hasn't been the same since you spoke to him.
That was. I'm just saying. That was. This was Thursday. This was Thursday. This was Sunday. Yeah. Thursday. Sunday, Thursday, Sunday.
So then that means by this logic, when Casemiro comes back or whatever, it means that it's a carry on from that. It's all in one. Any touch at any stage. So because also what the narrative was, if I don't remember correctly, when the spud potato mash thing happened, turned him good. Apparently, did it not?
Go on, Fleck.
I'm asking, did it not?
I just want to know, like, again,
I'm just asking for consistency in the jury. I just want to know what the criteria is in the jury here. That's all I'm
saying. I'm saying is that this was Thursday and this was Sunday again. You made him cry. Look at him. Thursday,
that was relentless.
Sunday.
That was relentless.
He don't even.
But also,
cry like
well,
that.
we could say, as soon as Owen said that we were going to win the league and we're in it, we're now 16 points off.
Yeah,
Happens.
That's a.
You did say it. You did say that. It's not a reach. It's the truth.
It feels like a
It's
reach.
the truth.
Yeah, there ain't many pictures. There ain't many pictures like this. Yeah,
It's
there
the
ain't many
truth.
pictures like that that lead to this. That lead to that. That lead to that. Look at him. When have you seen
We've all been
Casemiro
there.
cry? When have you seen
all
Casemiro
been
cry
there.
like that?
We've all been there. We've all said something. We've all touched someone. We've all done something, and then it changes. And when it suits us, we're happy and we say carry on. And then when it doesn't suit us, we change the narrative. I just want to know where we stand.
They just said, "Can
Can you
you
just
high five
let me know-
Arteta?" People are saying, "Can you
Let me
have
know
more?"
where we stand.
And again, if the Qataris don't, what do you call it, and we've seen you in the full outfit, if they don't get the club, we'll be very disappointed in you. We're gonna blame you for that, bro.
So now I'm in Qatar. I'm in charge of the Qatari bid. I'm in charge of the Qatari bid.
If the Glazers say they're staying, it's Flex's fault.
Oh, that's a heavy burden.
don't say that. That is a big burden.
That's a big.
That's what it is,
burden.
Marcel. With great power comes great responsibility. I will
Responsibility,
take
I guess,
this.
yeah.
I will take everything on my shoulders.
No, but if the
and carry
Qataris
it.
come, I
will
need you
do
to
it.
get the credit. Again, if Qataris come,
No, I don't want the credit. I don't want the credit. I don't want the
whole
credit.
summer with them lot saying,
No,
listen,
I don't
the
want the credit.
club is
No,
prime
no,
for you
no,
guys. Make us
No.
great again.
No,
Look at this,
Owen,
look at this as well.
Owen, I
Again,
need the next
this is-
chamber. I know you got
Yeah,
another
I mean,
one. Come
this
on.
was Thursday again. Look at even Anthony. Anthony's going, you did what? You touched Fleck. You did what? And Casemiro's like, I know. I shouldn't have done it.
Wait, what did Anthony do? Hold on,
He said, you did what?
Let me be.
Anthony, what did you do? You touch who?
Fleck. It was Fleck.
Why? Okay.
He asked.
I don't understand.
He wanted a picture.
Wait, let me be Casemiro. But why'd you touch him?
Oh.
Sorry, man, that's brilliant.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I was just
Okay.
sorry. 1 second. Oh, sorry. Don't worry. Oh no, hold on. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just going through the comments on the video. Sorry.
What's Flex doing?
Huh? Oh no, I was just going through Joel Matthew flexing the whole United V crew. Keep it up. I'm just going through the video, the comments on the video that we did with when I met Casemiro and the players. Quality content. Can't wait to see the full length version. UV doing great things. Flex is a legend. He'll be on the team bus soon doing a road trip, getting the players hyped. Fred is a great lad, always smiles. Flex living his dream. Levels to this Flex. Big up Flex. Flex number one, even from a Liverpool fan. Oh, guys.
You made him cry. Look at him. Look at Anthony.
I'm
Look at him,
crying.
Flex.
I'm crying.
He's crying.
I'm
Okay.
crying.
Okay.
It's interesting. Just enjoyed the comments. So either the comments are lying or Owen's lying. That something's got to give here. Because really, on this basis, channel's got to get shut down.
Someone said
We've
the
got no
five things
consistency.
judged. They said the 5 things judged.
So basically, what's now going to happen is the people have spoken. Everyone's spoken. I've taken all of the jury's evidence into consideration, and there will be no more behind the scenes footage. No more players. No more
don't touch
meeting
people.
them. No. Because also you have to think of oxygen levels. You know, if I'm in the same room, the same place, because you're breathing near them, so that could be a factor too. So what it is now is there's no more. There's no more. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
If it's to be the best in the club, it's
It's
gone.
gone. Wait there. Did I not have the glove? No, because someone said as well. You know, I said I wore gloves, yeah, and someone said to me you were lying because they saw the video where I actually had one glove on the left hand. It was freezing. The maddest thing is that I've taken off the right glove. That's the one. That's the one.
No, he weren't wearing gloves.
No, I did. I had one on. I had one on because it was cold. But I wasn't wearing glove the whole way through. I was with Jaden. I was with Wamby. Casemiro, glove off, deuces.
And there it is. All right, should we appeal it though? While we're here, Marcel, should we appeal it?
What are you talking about? Where have you been?
They're not going to. They've released a thing saying they're not
Yeah,
doing it.
And right off the bat,
and officially they're not going to as well. Yeah,
they said they're not.
That's rubbish.
They'll just screw us over again.
A question back to you though,
think
KG. Do you think it's a big miss? Don't you think he's a big miss not having him around for the next 4 games? You know?
Absolutely.
Fulham,
I think Brentford,
Newcastle,
he didn't play against Brentford in the first time. He said he's going to fix it. He can't fix it because he's not going to be on the pitch. Then, there's other games where the Fulham game, you say we should get through that one. But it's the games after that I got issue with. What's it said? Flexion.
That's a really good super chat. Andil says Flex should be like Victor Lindelof when facing the shot, hands behind your back, don't engage. And Andil says, next super chat is from big up Levin. Levin says shook hands. Oh God, he said shook hands with Flex yesterday, and my missus just messaged me saying we need to talk. It's not looking good, bruv.
I think we need to press, and then we need to sit back. Wait, he didn't on the channel, and I'm taking a piss. But seriously, I think, football-wise, Tim and Jay.
What are you saying? Is that Levin talking? Levin said, I touched Flex yesterday. I shook Flex's hand, and his missus has called him saying he's not looking good. Do you know what? It's a real life thing then. So that means I'm asking a real life question. Yeah, have we gone back to the judge that is real then?
Well, can I also?
Because Owen, you was with me when you said, "Yeah, it's true, it's gone now." So is it?
In the preview, I asked you if you were wearing gloves. You went, "Yeah, I was wearing gloves." Turns out that's partially a lie. Even before that,
the big one was the Bruno one.
Speaking of Levin as well, can I also just get the picture up of when you did the player ratings with you, Marcel, and Levin yesterday? It looked like a Wi-Fi bar. Someone said it looked like the Adidas logo.
Oh, I don't have any Adidas boxes.
The Adidas logo, you know.
Oh, mate, honestly. This is what's supposed to be the full view. I was actually going to talk about how much we're struggling in midfield and what we're going to do. A bit of a midfield dilemma, but we haven't got there. And there's only 3 minutes left.
I said the Adidas logo. That's crazy.
No, but you know what's really funny is that KG, you're a big guy, yeah, but like Levin would just look like your childminder.
Levin is huge. I don't know who's bigger out of him or Ajax. Marcel.
Yeah, I'd be close.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's huge, bro. Big man.
Ajax is massive.
Bigger than Levin.
So is Levin.
I think they're the same height.
Ajax. Yeah, maybe the same, but they're both. I'm like this. We're both
so deep, bro. So go through. Like it's a big thing.
You'd look tiny next to him. I don't feel tiny in front. Ajax and Levin are the only 2 people who've made me feel really small. K-Flow says all we need is Flex to touch the Asna players. Not going to happen. Don't know where they're at. I'll try if I ever see them. Scholl says also Mbappe ruins the wage bill. No, thank you. And no, we're good.
That's true. The wage bill would be,
There's quite a few, I think, Flex.
I've looked there. I couldn't see much more. Hold on a sec.
Bare member chats.
Black Zeus says, "Big up Marcel. I was with you on the fan cam after Real Betis. Do you remember who that is, Marcel?"
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. It was good catching up with you.
Yeah.
Liar. Why are you guys laughing?
They think you're lying. They think you don't remember. You're just blagging it. They said that. I think KG and I said that.
I'm not like you guys. With poor memory. I have very good memory. I remember we had a nice chat about the game, the goals. It was a really good game. Yeah.
Tell them, bro. Santiago says Flex as entry key to Carrington is getting locked. WJ Barrett says, Kenny, man, you've just taken me down the rabbit hole. I don't want Kane. Sign Mbappe at all costs. Sakib says, do you guys see Mbappe as the type to do push-ups and 5-mile runs after a home defeat? Eric Ten Hag has no time for prima donnas. Red Baron says, team of superstars is rarely a good team. And Jalapeno says, was great meeting Flex, Marcel, and at Old Trafford after our demolition of Leicester. Greetings from New York City. Wonderful show. Any manager takes Mbappe. Okay, even Ten Hag Flex, fair enough. And Shoal says, big up everyone. Flex is right. Eric Ten Hag will not want Mbappe. Imagine Eric Ten Hag telling him to play on the right. Mbappe will diss him on Insta, LOL. Nathan says, Flex, I agree. Daniela says we should be looking at 1 Osimhen and 2 Vlahovic, 3 Ramos, or 4 Davids. Okay, not even in there at all. Manoj says Kane is a dinosaur. Kane is a dinosaur. Wow. If we want to waste money like we have done in the previous years, we need someone younger like Osimhen or Ramos. And WJ Barrett says Harry now or Šeško in 3 years. And M. Sati says thoughts on unlocking McTominay as he will play more now. There is a debate. He is better as a striker rather than a midfielder or as a striker in the academy. Don't know if he'll be that at this level, but maybe further forward. Santiago says, I would look at a 21-year-old Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord as one for the future who is doing individual work with Van Persie at the moment. Red Brown says, all these big games Kane shows up in. Oh, wait. Basically, KG was saying he's not a serial bottler, but Red Baron saying no, he doesn't show up in the big games. He is a bottler. Dan says, what striker do you want, KG? Head can play CDM. Monty says 100 mil on Vlahovic, 23 age, or 150 million on Osimhen, who's 24. Red Baron also says Kane has only played for Spurs. Oh, no, but we got to that, so I think that's what. Oh, and Joe says, okay, Marcel, do you remember taking a pic with me and Owen outside KG's comedy show?
Ooh, this was a couple months back. Was at the end of the comedy show? If this was at the end, then I definitely do remember.
Yeah, it was at the end
for sure. It was at the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we've got brilliant memory, guys. It was a good picture as well. We catched up. Said that you was a supporter of my agenda, David De Gea at the time, and it's coming to fruition. Yeah, and the comedy show.
We just need Joe to confirm it. We need to say Joe to confirm it.
I don't recall that.
Joe's saying no. I think Joe's saying yes.
He's got a better memory than me. And also, if KG is doing a comedy show, buy tickets. It's very good. We had a great time. It was nice.
Yeah.
Where have I gone?
Yeah, look, the wire. As soon as you laugh a little bit too heavily or shake the table, it just.
Can we do? We've never done this before, but can we do like thingy ratings for ourselves on this show? Let's just look at our performances.
Okay, really quickly because that's gonna be the last thing. Let me get these super chats out and then we'll do that and then wrap up.
Yeah.
Basilo says Leacher at CDM. Yeah, that because I did really want to talk about that, but the show just went left. This is the full view. This is what happens. V33 says we need not to appeal. Can't go to the PGMO like Forest. Yeah, honestly, I'm glad we've decided not to because there's no point. They're pathetic. I never agreed with your agenda. Oh, wow.
So you lied.
Oh, you never agreed with the agenda. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Forgive me.
So the account of the situation of the thing is a lie.
Yeah, wishful thinking, obviously. Wishful thinking.
You are a liar. You're a liar.
We made it up. We made it up. It's fact. It's fake. It's false.
Davide, bro, you're a liar.
That KG. It's fake. We made it up. We made it up.
We made it up. It's false.
Jalapeno says, Marcel, do you remember me? After Leicester, there's a lot coming in now, Marcel. You've met a lot of people.
There's a lot of memories I have stored up.
Joe Blackman says, I took a pic. I never spoke about De Gea. I love him.
I was going to say, I didn't recall.
Maybe I said it, Joe. Maybe I said it. Maybe it was me.
Then he says, maybe I said it. Take a picture with someone who loved De Gea, then you just tell them how much you don't like him.
But yeah, can we rank our performances?
Let's do the player ratings. I think let's start with you and then go up.
All right, let's start with me. I'm gonna give myself no, you lot score me, innit? Do you lot have to score me? I'm gonna give it a low score. I'm
gonna give you a 1.
Yeah, no, come on, don't take the piss.
I'm gonna say 1.
Nah, it was disgraceful what you did. It's disgraceful. Disgrace.
I'm,
you gotta
I'm
give
going to
him-
give you some accolades, so you get a 7 from me.
Oh, Kenny, what?
Kenny's a soft touch. Oh.
Kenny,
No, it's
Ken-
funny.
Kenny-
It's funny. It's funny.
It's because we laugh at him, Kenny. It's 'cause we laugh at
So
him.
it's funny. It's
Nah,
still
all
funny.
right. I got wait. I think the 7's a bit high, but thank you, Kenny. I'm gonna give. I think I'm gonna take a 5 because it's been a bit chaotic for me. What are we giving Marcel today?
5.
A
What you say,
5.
Kenny?
Steady 5.
5 sounds good.
Marcel.
Yeah,
5.
5 sounds good.
5.
Yeah, he's again.
Steady,
He had the
steady
he
as
had the
well. Why are you
bad
laughing, KG? Steady 5. Steady 5's good.
Steady.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 4 because he was openly lying about that interaction. so we're just glossing over the lie.
No.
Okay.
Hold on, Owen. I got a little bit of the facts. The misconstrued.
Hold on,
That
I was
all it
there.
was.
I was there. I was with you.
Yeah, no.
He was actually there. He's actually an eyewitness. You can't throw an eyewitness out. He's come to court to testify. He's an eyewitness. He was there.
All right, Kenny. What are we giving Kenny today? Kenny's had a solid.
Kenny's
You know, Kenny doesn't let us down, did it?
He never goes
Because-
below a 7, Kenny. Doesn't
Yeah,
never.
solid 8. You know, he mentioned
Yeah.
he mentioned a player that was like a big signing. I didn't even know who that was. I was like, oh my goodness, that's an 8.
Steady 7.
Owen,
Owen, I'm going to say it's
receipts.
strong. It's classic Owen receipts on the
8s and
spot. 'Cause I know
9s.
we didn't start the show like that, and he's got the
Yeah.
information while we're live, and that's
Yeah.
a big accolade. He's man of the match, so he's got to get a strong 9.
A
Yeah, he's
9.
grown into the game. He's grown into the game.
I'm like Fred. I had a poor first half, second half.
Owen's the only man in the one stream who can have a 2 and then go to a 9.
yeah, it was a Fred
But then
performance.
wait,
Grown into the game.
obviously Owen with those pictures of Fleck though. What did Fleck get today? Because Fleck did do his typical I'm gonna stop the channel because you lot don't want this. He just wouldn't take criticism really. So what does Flex get? Really distracted by my antics.
I know the whole street. No, it wasn't. That wasn't me. That was
he
the
was
viewers.
distracted by me,
That was-
and he should have been.
No,
just
everybody was. You ruined the stream, bro. The audio was buzzing.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that and say that's on me. That's not what we do here. I need a reflection of my performance. That's your performance.
No, but I was a part of it, and you let me affect you, bro. I think
No.
good
You can't do that.
I think he's done a
6 for his
he's done a
judge.
captain's performance. He's done a captain's performance. So
Yeah.
a steady 8. A steady 8.
Oh yes, Kenny.
Steady 8.
Wow.
Oh man, if we can see the pictures one more time, just to see if we are sure about giving him that, because this happened. I want to take that down.
As before we leave, I'm going to ask a serious question. I'm actually going to ask a really serious question. So I am traveling to Spain tomorrow.
Come on.
Which will be good. It's nice and hot there. On Wednesday, we got the press conference, obviously mixed zone after the game, etc., etc. I'm asking a real life question. When I see the players, and this is the United View community is going to decide this. This is how powerful. This is how we hand over the power to you guys. Do you want me to A, interact with the players and raise, have fun and say hello? B, withdraw. Don't go to the mix zone. Don't go there. Do not go.
Okay, don't go.
Or C, go there but remain silent and stay in the corner.
Can we have another one? Can we add like a D and go there, interact, just don't touch anyone?
Okay. So then what? So that's fine. So can I ask this question? If I go there and talk to people from afar, obviously social distancing because it's back to COVID times. If I go and do that, and then we lose the next game or whatever, what will people say?
We won't blame you. Only when you touch people with like fully. I think
so. It's only all right. Okay.
Just
All right,
touch
cool.
Aaron Maguire so he doesn't play this season.
Oh bloody hell!
No, Kenny, that was a good one. And just like that, he's up to 10. Just like that, Kenny's
on that note, Kenny's rating's just gone up.
Yeah,
Where's my man of the match?
Where's my trophy? Where's my trophy? There you go, Kenny.
Guys, smash a like on the video. This is what the full view is all about. It's all about the fun. It's all about the banner. It's all about good energy and some Man United talk somewhere in there as well. So yeah, hopefully when we next see KG, he'll have his new soundboard all worked out. He won't look like such a novice.
All the sounds.
He won't look like he's got like too powerful a machine and not know how to use it.
Okay.
We are out of here, guys. Take care. Peace.